Hello everyone. I recently finished sorting through my Mega Drive collection and I realised that since I'm running out of space I need to get some things out of my room and I don't really play the Mega Drive as much as I'd like to, but the Mega Drive is going to have to go to the loft. So I've decided to make a video showing you everything I have for the system before I put it all away. So I've got quite a lot to get through, so we'll get going. First up I have my Mega Drive 2 system. This is what I play it on, and this has with it the official power pack and the cable. It's got a bit of damage to it there, so I've got to be careful it doesn't split. I'll need to get a new one. But it also comes with the official RF adapter. Then the controllers I have, I've got an original controller. The red lettering in the buttons is worn away, so it's not that great, but it's still a working controller. And I don't really use that one that much because my favourite one is this Competition Pro Series 2, which has slow motion on the back if you were to want it, and turbo buttons, which are much better than turbo switches in my opinion. Finally, I have the Striker, which has the benefits of at the end of the cable it has a stereo jack, so it has a microphone, headphones jack even, which you plug into the front of the Mega Drive 1, and you then plug in headphones on the stereo jack on the bottom, so that way you can have the best sound possible. This too has slow motion, but this one has rapid fire switches, which aren't ideal in my opinion. Finally, I have the Mega Drive arcade power stick, and this is quite a good arcade stick, although I tried using it with Sonic and it was quite good, but I still prefer the D-pad for platforming games like that. But it'd be good for some of the fighting games that don't need 6 buttons because it's only got 3. Now I'll show you the Mega Drive stuff I have that isn't games. I have a Game Pro magazine from May 1992 I believe, and this is obviously, it's got a cover on Splatterhouse, but it does cover Mega Drive or Genesis because this is an American magazine. I also have the Mega Drive itself's manual. I have a Free with Sega Power of January 1994, the Dirty Rotten Tips book, which actually is quite good. It's got cheats and tips for loads of Mega Drive, Master System and Game Gear games. And Mega CD. Finally, I have a Tips Force magazine book, which is similar to the other one, except it's more based on walkthroughs for a few games with tips. It's got less in it, but more for what it has. And the last two things I have to spare are spare manuals for the Terminator and for James Pond Underwater Agent. Now for the games I have 3 loose carts: Aladdin, Mercs, and Robocop vs the Terminator. Then on to my boxed games, I have Alien 3, which is boxed and complete in really nice condition, Animaniacs, which is boxed and complete, Arch Rivals, the arcade game, which is boxed and complete, Atomic Runner, which is boxed and complete, Batman Returns, which is boxed and complete. It's quite strange because it has a vertical manual rather than a horizontal one, and the vertical manuals are more a trait of the Genesis games as opposed to the Mega Drive games. And all of these so far have had the hang tab. And next we have The Adventures of Batman and Robin, which has the hang tab and is boxed and complete. Biohazard Battle with the hang tab. The cover's a little bit sun faded, but it's complete. This is the not to be sold separately part of a pack. Blades of Vengeance with the hang tab, boxed and complete. Bonkers, which has no hang tab, and unfortunately the top of the cartridge has had the top part of the stick has been removed from the cartridge, so that's not the best, but I still have the game, and it's complete. Bubble and Squeak with the hang tab. Bubsy with no hang tab in one of these strange accolade cases, which doesn't have any tabs to keep the manual in, and I don't have any others of these, any spare anyway, so I can't swap this out for a better condition one. Bubsy 2 in the same scenario. Castle Evolution with the hang tab, box and complete. Chicky Boys with no manual. It looks like an interesting game, and I wasn't sure if I should keep it without the manual, but it looks like such an interesting game that I think I'll keep it anyway. The Classic Collection with Gunstar Heroes, Altered Beast, Flicky, and Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle, complete with hang tab. Cool Spot with a particularly large manual. I had to swap it for a special case that would fit it. Unfortunately though, this case, the outer plastic is quite loose. I'm not sure why, but because of I didn't have much choice for where to put it, this one doesn't have a hang tab. Donald in Maui Mallard. Desert Strike. Devilish for the Genesis. Unfortunately the manual has lost the outer piece of paper, so it has no cover. Dragon's Fury for the Genesis. Earthworm Jim 2. Daffy Duck in Hollywood. Desert Demolition, starring Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. Echo the Dolphin with everything Genesis except for the actual cartridge. Eternal Champion, Special Collector's Edition, which from what I've seen all of them are the Special Collector's Edition with the special manual. I would have changed the case for one with a hang tab, but I wanted to keep the sticker on the case. Fantasia. FIFA 95. I'm keeping this FIFA as opposed to any of the others because it's the one that I had as a child and the one I have good memories of, so I thought I might as well keep one of them, but I'm not going to keep all of them because they're all pretty much the same. Flink. It's a little bit battered, there's a bit of wear to the manual and cartridge. G-Lock Air Battle. I played the Master System version of this and I thought it was terrible, but I thought generally when it's arcade ports and they put them on an 8-bit console, they generally work much better on the 16-bit console, so I thought I'd give the Mega Drive version a chance before I got rid of it. McDonald's Global Gladiators. Golden Axe. Gunship. Kid Chameleon. James Pond 3, which unfortunately has no hang tab. The Jungle Book, with a curious way for storing the manual. Lemmings. The Lion King, with no cover or back, and no hang tab. McDonald's Treasureland Adventure. Mega Bomberman, one of my all-time favourites, unfortunately with the damage to the cartridge. Micro Machines, with some damage to the spine there, and other than that it's in mint condition on the inside, and yes, still has the hang tab. Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament, in very good condition except for a small amount of bowing on the outer pages of the manual from being stored, again with the hang tab. Micro Machines Turbo Tournament 96, which is pretty much mint condition. Mortal Kombat, in good condition except for the manual, which is a bit tatty, with the hang tab. Mr. Nuts. Ms. Pac-Man, with a small amount of fading to the manual, to the cartridge sticker. NBA Jam for the Genesis. The Otterfunts. Pac-Mania. Pac-Panic. The Page Master, unfortunately with no hang tab. Pinocchio, with some damage to the spine, but other than that it's really good condition inside. Psycho Pinball, which unfortunately doesn't have the cardboard sleeve. The Ren and Stimpy Show, Stimpy's Invention. Risky Woods. Ristar. Road Rash, one of my all-time favourite games as a child. Road Rash 2, just as good as the first one. Rolo to the Rescue. Shadow of the Beast, an interesting looking game. I can't decide whether it's a platformer or a shoot 'em up. The mandatory copy of Sonic the Hedgehog. The just as necessary Sonic 2. Unfortunately no Sonic 3. Speedball 2, or according to the end label, Speedball 2 Brutal Deluxe. Splatterhouse 2 in fairly awful condition, but I got it for 25p, so I won't be complaining. Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition in amazing condition. I was really happy to get this for only £1. Streets of Rage. Wasn't really a fan of this game, but I think I need to give it more of a chance because everyone seems to rave about it. Streets of Rage 2. Super Fantasy Zone, which has some damage to the insides that I'm not too keen on. Super Thunderblade, a game that I remember playing as a child, but I don't remember being good at it. T2, the arcade game, which works with the Menacer light gun. Tailspin, the Mega Drive version. Tolmit's Adventure. Taz in Escape from Mars, another game from my childhood. Thunder Force 2, a game I picked up recently but forgot to put into my December pickups. Tiny Toon Adventures, Buster's Hidden Treasure. Toe Jam and Earl, Panic on Funkotron. Toki, Going 8-Bit. Toy Story. Vector Man. Virtua Racing with the crazy cartridge. World of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, in really good condition, except for a small amount of the cover has been ripped off at the back there. Yogi Bear, Cartoon Capers. Zool, Ninja of the Nth Dimension. Zoom. Zoop. Bubsy, with no hang tab, in one of these strange accolade cases. Super Thunderblade, a game I remember playing as a child.